Welcome to another exciting edition of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And we are in the lab today.
Oh, is it? I thought those were shot glasses. My bad.
No,
it's not Wednesday. Okay.
Exactly. To anybody who doesn't know what he's talking about the Hemp Day Happy Hour, which we run 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Wednesday. Very good interactive live show. Check it out if you haven't already. Or check it out on the replays. That works too. To anybody who's new to the show, while you're getting your lab coat on, I'll tell you that I am Papergoy. I sell out of my house. I've got a day job, and I've got 40,000 items between eBay and Amazon. You know, I don't actually have 40,000 exactly. That would be tough to maintain, that exact number.
Yeah, that is true. Limit yourself to what you buy and sell every day. Well, I'm Mr. Magazine, and I don't have exactly 450,000 items either, but I do have a warehouse that's about 20,000 square feet and 13 employees. Those numbers should be pretty accurate.
Those are accurate. So why are we in the lab today? Any idea?
It's always a surprise.
Yes, it is. We are looking for that secret formula on eBay and Amazon to success. And guess what?
Oh, you found it?
We're not going to find it.
You could get a lot of money for that. If you
I would get very, very rich. There is no secret formula beyond the things that we all know. You have to work hard. You have to have customer service. You have to buy wisely. You have to list the items. I think that probably is one of the key things in there.
Sure.
You have to list the items because you've got what we lovingly call scared piles.
Yeah,
Is anybody new to the channel? Why don't you tell them what scared piles are?
Well, you give your employee, say, 50 items, and 30 are very easy and nice to list and quick, and maybe 10 of them are a little more difficult, but they get to them afterwards. And then you got the beast, the hard to describe items. They may be valuable, but it takes more time, more pictures, more thought, more research, and those are the things they never seem to get to. So everyone has their own scared pile at my warehouse here.
See, and I've got I call it a project pile, but I've got the project pile, and I do my best to get through it, but it's things like, I picked up a big pile of Scientific American magazines actually I bought a whole bunch of them off eBay. I haven't even opened the box to list them because those don't list easily. You got to go through each issue, take multiple pictures, find out what in there is worth listing.
Right.
But if you don't do it, you get $8 to $10 like everybody else gets.
Yeah.
If you take the time to list it, you're getting $20 to $30 a magazine. And if it's got something really good in it, one magazine I think I got close to $100 for.
Oh, nice.
So it's well worth the time.
Sure.
But it's a large time investment, so it goes in there as well.
Yeah.
So you've got all of these things going on where everybody's trying to find that secret formula. And I'm going to cut it short for you. It does not exist. There's no business plan out there that you can regularly, without risk, pay $10 and sell stuff for $1,000. It just does not happen. It's just a lot of sweat equity, as they say. You put a lot of elbow grease into this in order to do it. And I'm going to tell you a quick story from my day job. Back in the 1990s, there was a gentleman that I had to do work with through my day job, and he was flipping houses. And you're well aware what flipping houses are, and everybody's doing it now. But he was
Hulk was really good at it.
Yes, he was. He was very, very good at it. He was flipping houses back in the 1990s, which nobody was doing. Not nobody, but very few people were doing back then. And he had to explain the business model to me. And so I met with him annually through my day job. And to basically tell you what he did is he would buy 1 to 2 houses a year. He'd pay $60,000 to $80,000 for them. He would fix them all up, and he'd sell them for about $120,000. He probably cleared $15,000 to $20,000 a house. Maybe he did 3 houses a year, whatever. So he was making a living out of it. 1990s money, and the housing values in Rochester are a lot lower than other places, et cetera, et cetera. He was making a living, and I remember going through his records one day for my day job, and I said to him, you just have a hard job. This is difficult. And he stopped me. And again, he wasn't angry in any manner or anything. He goes, "What did you just say? Can you repeat that?" I said, "Well, you've got a tough job over here. It's a tough business." He says, "Why did you say that?" And again, he wasn't being mean. He just wanted to pick my brain. And I said, "Well, because you're buying these houses, you've got the carrying costs."
He'd fix them up himself?
He'd hire some contractors to do the painting and all that kind of stuff. I said, "You've got the carrying costs, the taxes, and the insurance. You have to, you've got the financing costs. or the cost of your money. Even if he's got his own
Right,
money, it's
yeah.
still the cost of what he could be doing with the money, the opportunity cost of the money.
Right.
You're going by the house and you're taking a look at it. What happens if you miss a foundation issue? What happens if something
stress
ends up
there,
having asbestos that you didn't realize had asbestos, or you're going to redo the kitchen, you pull the walls open and it's just a complete mess back there, and all of a sudden that that $4,000 repair is a $10,000 repair.
Right.
You've got to manage all of the subcontractors coming on the job. Another thing that a lot of people don't think about: when do you usually, if you were in a house buying business, or you needed to buy a new house, when would you look at the house?
Like to get a deal on it, I would think wintertime.
Well, not even that. Just what time of day would you look at the house?
Oh, well, I'm a morning guy, so I'd rather
Yeah,
morning.
well,
Yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning, 2
Yeah.
o'clock in the afternoon,
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the evening, whatever it is. Are you spending a night in that house?
No.
Are you spending a week's worth of nights in that house?
Nope.
Do you know that the neighbor next door is dealing meth and that there's
Yeah, they
shootings
don't
up the
know.
street,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera? So you're taking a chance on that house when you're buying it that there aren't lots and lots of problems in the neighborhood that are just starting up, a lot of cars getting stolen, whatever.
Yeah.
You're buying it off its reputation and what houses have sold for. Well, if the neighborhood's heading downhill, you have no idea because you're there during the day
Right,
when
true.
everything looks
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
And the bad people are probably asleep, and so on. So you've got all of these risks involved with it, and at the end, if all goes right, you make $30,000, $20,000, $30,000 if everything goes right. And you've got other ones, or the other thing too you have to worry about. You buy the house today, takes you 3 months to get it set up and ready to sell.
Right.
Market tanks in the meantime.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
All of a sudden, that house that you were going to pay 94 and sell for 120, you end up selling for 105 just to get rid of it because you're paying taxes on it in the meantime,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. And he said, wow, you are the first person that's ever realized that. He said, everybody sits there and says, oh, you're making so much money because you pay 80,000, sell 120, you made 40,000. You understand that I didn't make 40,000.
Right.
All these expenses. And the same thing's with our eBay business.
Oh, yeah.
And how many times has a customer come into you and said, well, these are going for $40, you can give me 30 for it?
Yeah, make $10. I'm like, no, eBay's getting that $10, or eBay my employees, or eBay my warehouse, or whatever.
Yeah, you'd lose money paying $30 on a $40 item.
Exactly, yeah.
People don't realize all of that, all the carrying costs, all the extra costs associated with it. This gentleman had insurances, et cetera, et cetera. He had a lot of cost involved.
Right.
And do you know what I told him? I'd been working about 15 years at the state at that time. Do you know what I told him? I said, I've probably seen, at the time, 10,000 businesses. I have yet to find the business that I can make lots of money with no risk. And guess what? If I find that business, I'm not working for the state anymore. I'm doing that.
Sure.
It's 15 years later, so I've been working for the state for 30 years now.
Yeah.
I'm still working for the state. What does that tell you?
There's risks everywhere.
So hopefully that little anecdote helps you out a little bit there when you're searching for that magical elixir that makes everything easy. It doesn't exist. There are a lot of different business models out there. What would your business model be?
Well, definitely list is the key there.
You're a high volume seller. You purchase cheap because you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, not always. You'll pay good on other stuff, but you buy bulk.
Right.
And if I've got 80,000 comics worth $10 each, so it's worth $800,000. You're not giving me $500,000 for them.
Right.
You're not. You cannot.
Yeah.
You might give me $40,000 for them or something or other like that because you're the long haul seller.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of expenses along the way between employees, between warehouse, between eBay fees, between, just how you have to do it.
Right.
Other people may buy that, but you generally would list all those comics singly.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Other people may buy the lot for,
Runs, sometimes, which is more time and, less money you're letting them out, but still, if you like that and it works for you, yeah, that's great.
Other people would pay $40,000 for it, turn around and flip it for $50,000 and make $10,000 just for being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There are lots of different ways to do it. I could take those comics and list them all at $20 a piece, and once in a while something gets hot out of there and I sell it.
Yeah. Well, my model even changed. Like nowadays, if I picked up a collection like that, instead of me listing one at a time, I'd pull out maybe the best 50. Hey, I'm going to get these graded now. So now I'm going to get my cream is going to come from that. Or maybe I can get half my money back just off a small handful if they grade out high enough.
Yeah, so I guess what brings us up is I've had people talk to me before, and they do a lot of studying of other people's business models, which is a great thing. Great thing to do, because you never know. Somebody sent me YouTube videos to watch, and I unfortunately I don't remember the name of the gentleman that I was watching, but his business plan was basically he was selling postcards, free shipping, for like $6 a piece. He's making money. I mean, he is making money. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Right.
But you have to look into, do you want that business plan? Because you've got all the time listing the stuff and the time sending it out. Now it's doable now with the eBay standard shipping and all that. The 51 cent or 53 cent, I think they raised it to. It's a doable plan, and it's easy to find the inventory.
Right.
And it's easy to store.
They don't take up a lot of space.
So that's a great plan, but you're doing a lot of work to make $2-3 a postcard.
Right.
So that has to be a volume business in order for it to be a great business. But hey, if you're willing to put the time in and you're willing to do it, you'll make a lot of money. You have another gentleman that we both know. He tends to list very few postcards, but the ones he lists, real photo, $125,
right,
$150 a piece, very, very high end.
Yeah.
They both probably are making the same money when everything is said and done.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what the other gentleman's doing with all of his low-end postcards, because I think they're just taking up lots and lots and lots of space. Both are viable businesses. Both of them make money to pay their bills, and so on. I tend to be kind of like you. I go the long tail, except if you get a collection of magazines and it isn't readily apparent on the cover who's good, you tend to list them all $15, $20, $25 a piece, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I might list them a little bit higher with an extra picture because I go through them all.
Right.
So I'm asking $40 on it because I've taken the time, which I'm being paid for my time, essentially.
Yeah. We just started. I'm charging a little more for those types of magazines in the 15 to 20 range, but we're doing table of contents now in all of them. So that, I'm sure that will help out. Less questions down the road as well. Yeah,
Definitely. And even you were saying your business has evolved a lot. My business has evolved as well. I know that Auction Professor gets a lot of people saying that he cannot list or cannot have his employees list 45 items an hour on eBay. You can. I used to do that with magazines. I used to list 30, 40 magazines an hour regularly. You get the same title.
Same title, yeah.
Same title.
No research.
Nope.
Pound them out.
Time Magazine, May 18th, 1970, and who's on the cover? Richard Nixon, Watergate. Well, Watergate wouldn't have been in 1970, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. The next one, May 25th, 1970, whatever, Cynthia Nixon, and on to the next one.
Right.
You're doing terrible listings on magazines,
right, exactly.
But you're getting up 30, 35, 40 an hour.
Yeah.
That's a viable business plan as well. You're leaving a lot of money on the table, but you're pounding through stuff, which isn't a bad business plan either. Because let me ask you a quick question.
Sure.
How difficult is it for you to find new product to sell?
That's very easy. Very, very easy. They find me. I don't even look. When I'm sleeping, they find me.
So if there were somebody in the Rochester area that was willing to put in the time and willing to just slap a lot of listings up quickly, they could come to you regularly and buy magazines off you wholesale.
Right.
And they can make a good living just off of doing that.
Sure.
But you have to have the time and the space and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So if you're looking at what you're doing right now and you're not happy with the results, tweak. Just tweak the edges. Say, why isn't this working? What could I change? Maybe, maybe better keywords, maybe better pictures, maybe this, maybe that. Take a look, study the other people in your category. What are they doing and why are they doing sales? It's a great thing. You can do the ended listings of your competitors, see what they're selling. What are they doing? You're like, wait, I have that magazine. Why did theirs sell? I have that magazine. Why did theirs sell?
Right.
Oh, they're putting a table of contents in on it. Okay, I'm going to begin to do that. So always study your competitors to see it, but don't all of a sudden throw the baby out with the bathwater and wholesale change, because I'm going to save you the trouble. There's not that magical way that you're going to make tons of money without doing work. It does not exist.
Yep.
And if it does exist, mention it in the comments down below so I can do it.
Yeah, true.
Do hit the like button, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.